Namaste children. Welcome back to Diane English class. Today we are going to learn Unit 4 poem The Spider and the Fly. It is written by Mary Botham Howitt. The spider, what is meant by spider? Yes, Silandi. And the fly, all of you know. Fly, E. Silandi, E. This is like a conversation. Spider is talking to fly and how it is falls down by the flattery of spider. Through this poem, author is advising you children, don't fall in front of flattery. This is a beautiful poem written by Mary Botham Howitt. She was an English poet. She was born in Colford in Gloucestershire. She was educated at home and read widely. She commenced writing verses at a very early age together with her husband William Howitt. She wrote over 180 books. Let us see the poem The Spider and the Fly, Mary Botham Howitt. Will you walk into my parlour? Said the spider to the fly. It is the prettiest little parlour that ever you did spy. The way into my parlour is up and winding stair, and I have many curious things to show when you are there. Here, the first stanza, the spider pursue the fly to come its parlour. Will you walk into my parlour? The spider is asking the fly, can you come into my parlour? Parlour means sitting room, we can say. Sitting room or hall, we are entertaining the guest. Will you walk into my parlour? Said the spider to the fly. It is the prettiest little parlour that ever you did spy. And spider is saying it is the beautiful parlour, prettiest. So you come to my parlour. The way into my parlour is up winding stair. The spider describes its parlour as the prettiest parlour and it is saying, the way into my parlour is up and winding stairs. How is the stairs? The winding stairs. And I have many curious things to show when you are there. If you come to my parlour, I can show you lot of things. First, the spider described his parlour. How it is describing? The prettiest little parlour that ever you did spy. Spy means act of spying is to watch something secretly. Here, spider is saying we share secrets and confidence with our closed ones, inviting the fly to spy into his abode. The spider is trying to send the message that he considers the fly to be close. He wants to entertain him. The spider portrays his home as mysterious, wonderful place, and it is saying, it is I have lot of curious things to show when you are there. It is saying, in my parlour, lot of pretty things there, and my stairs are winding stairs. You can come to my parlour through that winding stairs. Okay, children, did you understand? First stanza, what spider is asking? The spider asked the fly to come to its parlour. How to reach the spider's parlour? The spider's parlour can be reached through a winding stair. Okay, shall we see what fly told about that? Oh, no, said the little fly, to ask me is in vain. For who goes up your winding stair can never come down again. See, first the fly is intelligent. It is saying, oh, thank you friend, but I am not coming to your parlor. Thankfully, the fly wisely answered, because she knew that those who go through the winding stairs into his home never come out. How many of you asked the spider is webbing, it making its web? There is that is called winding steps. Oh, no, said the little fly to ask me in vain. Vain means useless. You should not ask me. It is useless. I am not coming to your parlor. For who goes up your winding stairs can never come down again. It is saying, the fly is clearly telling to the spider that if anybody come in there, nobody come back. Spice, now it is intelligent. Okay, if I come to your winding stairs, I can't come back, so I am not coming. Okay, I am sure you must be very dear with soaring up so high. Will you rest upon my little bed? Said the spider to fly. There are pretty curtains drawn around. The sheets are fine and thin, and if you like, rest a while, I will snugly tuck you in. Then the spider has been keeping a close eyes on the fly. It is trying to persuade him to come on the parlor. He tries a different tactic. What it is saying? I am sure you must be very dear with soaring up so high. If you are climbing, I am sure you must be very dear. After, when you are climbing the steps, you will feel tired. So, you can come and take rest in my bed. Will you rest upon my little bed? Said the spider to the fly. This is cunning, villainous thought of the spider. It is asking, soaring up so high is how he described the fly's flight. He hopes the fly will lower get glad if she feels that she has a kindly shoulder to lean on. So, spider is tempting the fly to come. A cozy little bed. There is a beautiful bed for you with light sheets to rest on. He's saying, there was light sheets, a quiet place with pretty curtains. My room is very beautiful. There is beautiful curtains there, and it's cool and dark. An exhausted person, this would be a bliss. If you climb the winding stairs, you can take in my bed. Okay, to an exhausted person, this would be a bliss, the perfect atmosphere to snugly tuck. To ensure comfortable snooze by securing bed sheets closely around oneself. Okay, interestingly, the fine and thin sheets bring to mind the fine silk of cobwebs. Here, spider is saying, you come to my room. You know cobweb, Silanthi Valai. If fly go there, what will happen? It will trap in the web. So, interestingly, the fine and the thin sheets bring to mind the fine silk of cobweb. If the spider tucks the fly into this bed, she could find herself permanent slumber. So, here also, fly is denying the invitation. Oh, no, said the little fly, for I have often heard it said, they never wake again who sleep upon your bed. The intelligence fly is saying, oh, I know, if anybody came to your bedroom and sleep in that bed, nobody will come back. Okay, so then again, perhaps the spider tried too hard when he proposed to personally tuck the fly in. Wary or not, the fly is still alert to perils of falling for the spider's flattery. Actually, spider is praise him. She turns him down on his own offer, remarking that everyone knows of the spider's ill repute as a host. Anybody goes there, they can't come back. So spider is, oh no. See, her repetition of never for emphasize they never wake again. Who sleep upon your bed? Those who are sleeping in your bed, they can't come back. So I can't come to your parlor. Oh no, said the little fly. I can't come there. Okay. First spider is asking to come into parlor, and it is describing the parlor. Then it is saying, if you are tired by climbing the winding steps, you can take rest in my beautiful bedroom. But for that also spider told, no. See, said the cunning spider to the fly, dear friend, what can I do to prove the warmth of affection I have always felt for you? I have within my pantry good store of all that's nice. I am sure you are very welcome. Will you please to take a slice? If you come again, said the cunning spider to the fly. The spider is described as cunning. Why spider is described as cunning? Because cunningly is that praises, that flatteries. Okay, really it is giving praise to spider? No, it is not really praising. It is flattery. What is flattery? Vanchapugarchi. Okay. Said the cunning spider to the fly, dear friend, what can I do to prove the warmth of affection I have always felt for you? I have a true love on you, so only I am calling you, I am inviting you. Dear friend, what shall I do to express my affection towards you? I am very friendly to you, so only I am inviting you. Okay, to prove how can I prove my warmth? I have within my pantry good store of oats that nice. What is meant by pantry? A room where beverage food dishes are stored. உணவு பொருட்கள் எல்லாம் வைக்கிற அறை. Can you come to my pantry? நிறைய சாப்பிடுன பொருளெல்லாம் இருக்குது, வரீங்களான்னு திருப்பி கேட்குறேன். I have within a pantry good store of all that's nice. I have within my pantry good store of all that things there. You can come. I am sure you are very welcome. Will you please to take a slice? You can come and take anything you want. He is desperate and his wits end how to gain the flies. Now spider is thinking how I can get the trust of the fly. Again, first he invited him to the parlor, then to bedroom. Now spider told, you can come to my pantry and eat everything. Again, for that also fly told, oh no, said the little fly, kind sir, that cannot be. I have heard what's your pantry and I do not wish to see. What fly told? She addresses the spider as kind sir. Okay sir, thank you sir, you are very kind. A dainty replied, dear friend, it is shown that while the fly shows courtesy to the spider, she is not keen on him as a friend and will still keep her distance. Now also fly is in some distance. Then the fly proceeds firmly turned down his invitation and tactfully invite to the pantry. For that also fly told, I am not interested. I don't want to come to your pantry. Okay. Sweet creature, said the spider. You are witty and you are wise. How handsome are your goosey wings. How brilliant are your eyes. I have a little looking glass upon my parlor shelf. If you will step in one moment, dear, you shall behold yourself. Then again, sweet creature. See, யாராவது உங்களை புகழ்த்தி புகழ்த்தி பேசியா எப்படி ஃபீல் பண்ணுவீங்க நீங்கள்? நம்ம சந்தோஷமாக இருப்போம்ல, அதே மாதிரி இந்த ஸ்பைடர் எப்படியாச்சும் ப்ரைஸ் பண்ணி இந்த ஈயை நம்ம வலைக்குள்ளே எடுத்துகிட்டு வரணும். அதுக்கு எப்படியெல்லாம் சொல்லுது, ஸ்வீட் க்ரீச்சர். இட் இஸ் அட்ரஸிங் அட் ஸ்வீட் க்ரீச்சர்ஸ் அட் த ஸ்பைடர். யூ ஆர் விட்டி அண்ட் யூ ஆர் வைஸ். சூப்பா, நீ ரொம்ப இன்டெலிஜென்ட். விட்டி அண்ட் வைஸ், யூ ஆர் intelligent. You are witty and wise. How handsome are your goosey wings. Your goosey wings, nalla silky and wings. You are very handsome. You are very beautiful. How brilliant are your eyes. See your eyes, it is very brilliant. I have a little looking glass upon my parlor shelf. நம்ம யாராவது புகழ்ந்து பேசி அழகாக இருக்கீங்க அப்படி இப்படின்னு சொன்னால் நம்ம அந்த ஃப்ளாட்டரிக்குள்ளெல்லாம் போய் இது பண்ணக்கூடாது. இங்கே ஸ்பைடர் இஸ் சேயிங், யூ ஆர் வெரி பியூட்டிஃபுல், யூ ஆர் வெரி ஹேண்ட்ஸம், யுவர் ஐஸ் ஆர் வெரி பிரைட். If I have little looking glass upon my parlor shelf, there is a glass mirror in my shelf. If you will step in one moment, dear, you shall behold yourself. Behold means see. Here spider saying, you come to my parlor, you can look your goosey wings, brilliant eyes through the mirror. You can see your loveliness, your beauty through the mirror. Can you come to my parlor? You are very smart, intelligent, beautiful. So come to my parlor. So you are very lovely. You come and see yourself. Okay, I thank you, gentle sir, she said, for what you are pleased to say, and bidding you good morning now. I will call another day. I thank you, gentle. See, first 2-3 times while they are inviting, what fly told, no, I won't come, no, I could. Now what that response has changed. I thank you, gentle sir, when the spider flattered about fly's beauty. It's told, I thank you, gentle sir, she said, for what you are pleased to say, and bidding you good morning now. I will call another day. Now the hesitation from the fly, it is little bit falling, because she fall on the flattery of the spider. Here from first 3 stanzas, what's fly told? Oh, no. Okay, it does not seem to come to parlor, and it is refused totally. She hasn't accepted the spider's invitation. After all, now fly is saying, thank you, sir, from some hesitation gone. Okay, the spider turned him around about and went into his den, for well he knew the silly fly would soon come back again. So he wove a subtle web in a little corner sly, and set his table ready to dine upon the fly. See what, and bidding you good morning now. I will call another day. Another day we can talk likewise. Fly told and go. So now spider understood. Now he is attracted by his words. The spider turned him round about and went into his den. After that talk, what they told her? You are very intelligent, witty, beautiful. Huh? And he offered, first he offered something, but she is not attracted by that verse. But when Spider told, you are very beautiful, wise, intelligent, some distant hesitation reduced. So now Spider understood. Somewhat it is moved by my words. The spider turned him round about and went into his den. Come into its den. For wells he knew the silly fly would soon come back again. See, silly fly. Why it is called silly fly? After all the talks of fly being witty and wise, the spider calls her silly. Like so many others he has lured before, he is confident that she has predictably fallen for his honey-tongued scheme. See, children, you are also attracted by the words of honey-tongued words. For attracting some people will talk nicely. You should not believe that. Here, poet is giving advice to you also. Here, spider's tongue is honey-tongued. How? Nicely, he is persuading the fly. So, he wove subtle web. He knew really this foolish fly will come to my web. So, he is webbing. He is making its net in a little corner alive and set his table ready. See, he is gloating. He weaves a web not easily ready to trap the fly. His devious plan comes to light as he set his table for the fly. See how nicely poet describes this. The spider set his table, dining table ready. Yare dine பண்ணறதுக்கு யாரே சாப்பிடுறதுக்கு ஃப்ளையை சாப்பிடுறதுக்கு டைனிங் டேபிள் ரெடி பண்ணிட்டேன்னு சொல்கிறேன். Here the double meaning is there. We can see with his guest he is dying, and as well as he can dine the fly. He can eat the fly also. Okay. Then he came out to his door again and merely did sing. Come hither, hither, pretty fly with the pearl and silver wing. Your robes are green and purple. There is a crest upon your head. Your eyes are like diamond bright, but mine are dull and lead. Again he started to appreciate. புகழ்த்த ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டு. Then he comes out his door again and merrily did sing. Happily he sing a song. What is the song he sing? Come hither, hither, pretty fly. அழகானா வந்தாட்டேன்னு பாட ஆரம்பிச்சிட்ட. Come hither, hither, pretty fly. The spider calls out eagerly. Feeling like he has baited his prey, spider rapidly reels the fly in with vivid flattery. He started to flatter, praise. See, your robes are green and purple. We know the wings of the fly. It is look like some green. So, your robes, உன்னோட ஆடை எவ்வளோ அழகாக இருக்குது. Robes means ஆடை. Your robes are green and purple. Robes of green and purple refers to fly's body. There is a crest upon your head. The crest here we can say crown. Antenna, fly's antenna, it is look like a crown. So, ரொம்ப அழகாக இருக்குது. ஆடை அழகாக இருக்குதுப்பா. க்ரீனாக இருக்குது, பர்பிளாக இருக்குது, தலையிலெல்லாம் கிரீடம் வச்ச மாதிரி இருக்குதா. Your eyes are like the diamond bright. How your eyes? It is like diamond. Your eyes like diamond bright. See how the spider is flattering. The robes of green, your robes are like green and purple, refers to fly's body, and crest, it is fly's antenna. Goosey wings. Now pearl and silver wing. Your wings, how is the wings? Pearl and silver. Okay, your eyes are diamond and He is saying, here simile is used, okay? The poet likes the fly's bright eyes to diamond. Here comparison, fly's eyes is compared to diamond, so it is simile. And again, the spider is saying, mine are dull as lead. My eyes are not diamond. How it is? It is dull. It is like lead. He is depreciating. Why he is depreciating? என் கண்ணெல்லாம் நல்லா இல்லை, உண்டு அழகாக இருக்குதுன்னு யாராவது சொல்லுவாங்களா? அதாவது நம்ம புரிஞ்சுக்கணும் இங்கே. Here spider is saying, your eyes are like diamond, but my eyes are dull and lead, because he want to attract the fly. Alas, alas, how very soon this silly little fly, hearing his willy flattering words, came slowly flitting by. Hearing these words, what happened? It tries to come. Alas, alas. Alas means, when we are saying alas, it is an exclamation. When we are unhappy, when we are sad, we are saying alas. When we are happy, we are saying hooray. Oh, here, alas, alas, how very soon this silly little fly. The poet is lamenting, oh, this little fly, without seeing the trap. Now she is ready to come to spider's parlor. Hearing his willy flattering words, came slowly flitting by. Here now poet is saying, alas, vanity will be her downfall. Now her vanity gone away, and she becomes silly and foolish, because she is trapped by these honey-tongued words. நீ அழகாக இருக்குத, நல்ல உன்னோட ஐஸ் எல்லாம் டைமண்ட் மாதிரி இருக்குது, யூ ஆர் இன் பர்பிள் அண்ட் க்ரீன் கலர். ஹியரிங் திஸ் she falls down. So vanity will be gone, and now she becomes silly and foolish. So hearing the flattery of the spider, the fly sets aside her sensible self. See, likewise only our sense will gone away. நம்ம எவ்வளோ அறிவாளியாக இருந்தாலும் சில பேரெல்லாம் நம்மளை அட்ராக்ட் பண்ணுறதுக்கு இல்லாட்டி புகழ்த்தி பேசும்போது நம்ம அதெல்லாம் மறந்துடும். Here also that happened to fly also. Hearing the flattering words of the spider, its vanity gone, its sense gone. So slowly flitting by. Now also she has some doubt. Gradually it is attracted by the words of the spider. Now she is come closer to the spider's home. With buzzing wings she hung aloft. Then nearer and nearer drew, thinking only of her brilliant eyes and green and purple blue, thinking only of her crested head, poor foolish thing. Here, with buzzing wings she hung aloft, then nearer and nearer. First, gradually, slowly she is coming. Now, mesmerized. Mesmerized means a magical power. She is attracted by the magical power of the words of the spider. She moved forward. She gradually approached the spider's web. Unheeding her instincts, the fly hardly offers any resistance. Clearly engrossed in her own beauty, the fly is not aware of the danger she is falling. Now she is not. Now if I go to spider's web, she will be trapped. The spider will eat it. She forgot everything. Why she forgot? Because spider flattered her beauty. Now she is thinking about that beauty only. This was the moment Spider had been building up so long for. Quickly pounce on her. At last, up jumped the cunning spider and fiercely held her fast. The spider pounced on Spy, fiercely held her fast. Fiercely she held her. Now deadly and confused. Now she is dead. Up jumped and cunning spider and fiercely held the fast. He dragged her up his winding stair into the dismal den within his little parlor, but she never come out again. Never she come outside. This was the moment Spider had been building up for long for. Quickly pounced on her, fiercely held her fast. Now deadly and focused on his goal, the spider wasted no time. The home that he had so charmingly described before revealed its deadly designs. As the spider rapidly takes the fly into its winding stairs, his dismal den, his little parlor, our foreboding is realized, and we know there is a grisly end for the poor fly. See, first it resisted, it told no, but afterwards when he heard the flattery of the spider, he forgot everything and she falls down. For just like she remarked once of father before, she is never come out again. Okay, the last 4 lines. See, what a pity. See, fly without sense. She went there. And now, dear little children, this is for you one counseling, one advice from the poet. And now, dear little children, who made this story read to idle, silly, flattering words, I pray you never give heed unto an evil counselor. Close heart and ear and eye. Take lesson from this tale of the spider and the fly. Here, poet is saying, we never fall on flattery. Here, and now, dear little children, the narration of the poem is in the conversation between spider and the fly. Now, the poet changed the narration style. She breaks off from the storytelling. Now it is a story of spider and the fly. Now it is concluding. Storytelling mode is concluding. She is directly addressed the audience. My dear children, the poetess is addressing you. What she is offering up a warming moral lesson for you. Take a lesson from the spider and the fly. My dear children, I also advise you, take some lesson from the spider and the fly. Be disrespectful of useless sweet talks, that is insincere. You should not believe the insincere honey-tongued words of others. To idle, silly, flattering words, I pray you never give heed. You should not give attention to these flattering words. Unto evil counselor, close heart and ear and eye. Not all praise or advice is genuine. All that glitters is not gold. இதெல்லாம் உண்மையே கிடையாது. Not all praise or advice is genuine. Therefore, you must be careful of who you listen you. And unto an evil counselor, close heart and ear and eye. The poet would rather like us not coming into contact with all the sweet-tongued people with not so sweet intention. You should be very careful. You should not be trapped like this fly. In the beginning, the spider enticed the fly into the parlor with the promise of pretty things to see. Next, it tries to different tactics, offering the fly pretty and comfortable place to sleep. Then it asked fly how it prove its warm affection towards the fly. So it comes towards offer him good food When the fly refuses all this, then it tries to trap him by flattering him by praising his appearance. The fly gets trapped at the flattery and never comes again. So the fly gets flattered. And what happened to it? What happened to it? It never comes back. It is mesmerized by the words. Here some advice for you. What is the advice given by the poet? Can you say what is the advice poet has given to you? Can you say, children? What poet is saying? You should not. If we fall prey to flattery, we have to face evil consequences. So you should be very careful. Here how the fly gets flattered and get trapped into its den. So the poem teaches us a great lesson. We should be cautious against those who use flattery and charm to disguise their true evil intentions. Okay children, I hope you understood and learned the lesson. What is the lesson you want to learn? You should be cautious against those who use flattery and charm to disguise their true evil intention. Okay children, thank you.